All right, my friends, here we go. Just another beautiful Saturday morning in sunny Southeast Florida. I'm happy to be here to share some more information about our new products. Today we're going to discuss at least three topics. The first one, we're going to unpack, as I say, some of the information that was shared by Dr. Larry McCleary on Thursday. And then we're going to talk a little bit about making sure that we get our orders in there. It is incumbent upon each of us to become products of the products. And thirdly, we're also going to recognize in general terms the success of the retail program that's going on. It's very, very serious. And you might say, well, why would I be interested in that? I'm a network marketer. The answer is you never know what kind of services you can put into a comp plan. And based upon our successes, that's going to be very attractive for everybody. So let's get started. By the time we're done, all we're looking for is the fact that you're going to have a little more confidence in our new product offerings, and you're going to have the courage as well, because you'll be a product of the product. You can walk up and say, this is what I've done, and this is what it's done for me, and this is what I recommend that you do. Are you willing to give it a try? It all sounds simple. It's just the typical referral marketing model. So let's go back to Thursday. I am still blown away by Dr. Larry McCleary's presence. He isn't on the call, but you know as well as I do, if you've got a successful neurosurgeon who is an author, who has done so many wonderful things, and along with being the neurosurgeon and working with the children with cancer, he sees fit to do research based upon what he's learning. That's the sign of a great leader and a great physician. He's probably making his living and he's doing great things, but he's still craving for the answer. That impresses the heck out of me. And what should impress each of you is the fact that Dr. McCleary and his team, we won't take the time to name everybody, we love them anyway, are strategic partners. We have a strategic alliance with them. And introducing these products is our responsibility. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time. I don't want to demonstrate my note-taking ability, but copious notes are always helpful. And I thought that we'd start out with our super fuel for the brain. So we're talking about these products now. The first name that I share with you is that first batch of orders that will be sent out to the field. Those are the doctor's names. And then they are going to be replaced with our own label and our own ingredient lists and all kinds of things that you'll be able to use. And the product that Dr. Larry uses is called Lucidol. And that is our version, or his version, of what we're going to call Focus. So we'll just unpack what he said. I'm not as good as the doctor, don't claim to be. I'm just sharing information. But I'm fired up about it because as a lay person, I like to keep it simple. You've heard this for a long, long time while we speak, 2 or 3 times a week. If we keep all of this simple, we keep the playing field level. Everybody should be able to do this. So when I said in the invitation, take some notes, all I'm saying is, what is it that you enjoy hearing about the product? What is it that you feel comfortable sharing with somebody else? You don't have to be a neurosurgeon, my friends. I'm not going to be one. I'm too old to go back and do that, but I'm only going on 48. So let's just talk about some simplistic dialogue, just like the doctor does, and see if we can formulate in our own mind not only the collateral information that will be produced for you, but you got to formulate in your own mind certain things that you're going to say. Okay, so let's begin this way. Lucidol enhances brain function. All right, everybody wants a good brain, and it does that by providing close to 50 clinically proven ingredients that optimize performance in several areas. And the first one is in energy. And I was learning this along with you. I mean, I just keep on thinking of the brain as gray matter. You know what? That's how simple I am. But when we talk about energy, remember that the doc shared with us that the brain uses more energy than any other organ in the human body. The brain. No wonder we're tired. No wonder we're getting burnt out, okay? So Lucidol provides key nutrients that support and boost brain energy. Creatine, acetyl carnitine, alpha-ketogluteric acid, B vitamins. I don't know what those are, but apparently the doctor does, and the team that formulates this understands that by incorporating this into any compound, into any product, it's going to boost energy for the brain. That's really great. So now here's something else, back to my gray matter analogy, okay? The brain is composed of delicate fats. Remember the doctor talking about that? And they can oxidize and ultimately turn rancid. I don't even like the way that sounds, for God's sakes. So to protect the brain and enhance overall cognition, that's our ability to think and our ability to reason and remember, Lucidol supplies a range of antioxidants. Everybody knows what antioxidants are, and they help fight the free radicals and decrease inflammation, okay? So if our gray matter, if our little delicate fats are starting to oxidize and turn rancid, maybe there's a great source there, not maybe. The doctor has realized that if we can reverse that, we've got a greater opportunity for us to think longer, live longer, and enjoy life and help an awful lot of people. So, some of the other ingredients that the doc was talking about, alpha-lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10, lycopene, carotenoids. There are some of the things, alpha-carotene, beta-carotene, pine bark, resveratrol. That's that red wine stuff, it still keeps coming back. Grapeseed extract, bilberry extract, green tea, vitamin C. So, when we're talking about these compounds, understand that these are found in many, many places. But it's in that perfect cake that you make, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that based upon what the brain needs. That's what Canogen is responsible for, that whole team there, okay? So now let's talk about memory. As we age, levels of acetylcholine, the memory transmitter, can diminish, okay? So that's what happens to us. Now, Lucidol includes nutrients that can help improve levels of this essential neurotransmitter. So there's a bunch of little ingredients there. We don't have to know all these. Huperzine A and choline, and phosphatidyl choline, and trimethylglycine. Okay, if you want to memorize all those things, that's fine. I'd rather get some people who are interested in the product to hear the doctor. But in a short period of time, we're going to have these brochures, and if anybody wants to study this, that's going to be great. Focus and alertness. How about this? Mental energy, alertness, and focus are key elements of sharp brain function. Everybody wants to have that. Lucidol contains the following ingredients that support smarter brains: DMAE, B vitamins, huperzine A, once again, acetyl-L-carnitine, alpha-lipoic acid, creatine. All right. Now those things are important. And after a while, if those fats in our brain start to turn rancid, and we've got a solution to that, we've got to get fired up. We've just got to tell people, I'm doing this. This is the way I feel. I'm more lucid. Lucid. I wonder where they got the name Lucidol. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Mood stabilizing too. You know what? I'm a moody guy. When I'm having a good day, man, you want to know me. When I'm having a bad day, I think you'd probably walk down the other side of the street. Everybody's got, instability in their moods. But here's what's behind that. The doctor was explaining to us that balanced sugar and insulin are crucial ingredients of a happy brain diet. Lucidol provides vital nutrients that support healthy insulin and glucose levels. You ever notice that you start crashing and burning, and you want to go and get some sugar in your body or eat a giant piece of cheese or whatever it is? Well, some of that stuff is what controls or deteriorates our mood. So anyway, this product contains vanadium, chromium, selenium, magnesium, alpha lipoic acid. You would go broke and have a difficult time maintaining your little drugstore, quote unquote, your medicine cabinet, if you had to buy all these ingredients. So when the people at Canogen compound these things and come up with a product like Lucidol, what we have to do as marketers is just understand that they have done the hard part. The doctor has done the research. That is his experience. This is his baby. Our strategic alliance requires that we do one simple thing, and that's to get fired up about these products. And once again, we'll close with this. You can't get fired up. You can't get fired up until you become a product of the product. So now let me go here. I've got another page of notes that I want to do. And the next thing that we're going to talk about is the other product that Doc was presenting the other day, and it's called Bonexid. All right, Bonexid. So this is all about improving bone health in just 6 weeks. That's a mouthful to say right there. All right, we'll talk a little bit about, my not my favorite topic, but the one that fascinates me the most is when we talk about post-menopausal women and the amount of bone loss and the deterioration of their systems that they have in a relatively short period of time. But it transcends that too. The marketplace is outrageous. So anyway, Bonexid in the Nexel realm is going to be called iron, okay? And the doctor was sharing the other day with us that their patented clinical tested formulation works. You've heard me say that in the business presentation. What's all this excitement about? We say, well, CBD works. Well, the same claims are being made here because they know that. It works by supplying bicarbonate directly to your blood, so your body doesn't need to release it from your bones. Well, if we're all falling apart because the bicarbonates are oh my goodness, there's no more passive calcium loss because the iron, the Bonexid, supplies bicarbonates directly to your blood. What an interesting thing. That's all we have to know. But here's what Bonexid has been clinically shown to do. It increases calcium levels. It supports effective calcium utilization. It restores bone loss. Give me some of that. The older I get, I'm getting skinny and I'm losing it. I've got to get my hands on this product. It should be on the way by now. It also improves bone density. What a great thing. You know what happens in the bones, bone marrow, etc. Doc was explaining all of that. And it enhances healthy bone growth as well. So that's a product. It doesn't take an awful lot to know. Once again, we've got to keep the playing field level. In the final analysis, over the next 3 weeks, we're going to be introduced to 7 products. We're even going to be talking about our pets again. But we're going to try to review this in such a way that when you give out the brochure, when you talk to somebody, you'll have just a little bit of information that'll make you feel better about it. Back to the bones. So Bonexid, what we call iron, is loaded with vitamin D, and vitamin D enhances your body's ability to absorb calcium along with supporting muscles needed to avoid falls. You have a rough time stopping yourself if you're a big person or uncoordinated or whatever, and you don't have the muscular strength to prevent yourself from going over. So vitamin D does that. And let's talk about folates too. Increases levels of homocysteine. My friend Doc Pearson used to send me for blood tests, and he had certain markers because he's a homeopath too. He's an integrative medical specialist. And he used to talk to me about homocysteines. I never heard of homocysteines before. I got a little idea. Now what it all means, that's an amino acid found in the blood. That's what breaks down bones and reduces bone density. Folate decreases homocysteine levels in the body and helps to reduce fracture risk. So folate's an important thing, all right? Pantothenic acid. Anxiety and stress impact bone loss and density. Pantothenic acid is a type of B vitamin, often referred to as the anti-stress vitamin. I need some of that too. We all do. The vitamin supports adrenal function and a healthy nervous system. When your adrenals are out of whack, we all know this. That's when you open the door to all kinds of dis-ease. You don't have an immune system; it's weak. You get inflammation, etc. All right. And also in the bone product, potassium bicarbonate. That's what we started about. These materials are alkalinizers, helping to produce pH balance in our body. All right. They add to the acid buffering system in the body that counteracts the buildup of acid from your diet. Remember what the doc was talking about. Most of us have diets that are high in acid. We've got to introduce alkalinity into this. If we could just go out there and say our Bonexit, our iron product, is filled with alkalinizers. And what it does is it offsets the acidity into your body. All right? It's going to prevent the buildup of acid from your diet. They assist to conserve calcium in the bones. That's what improves bone density and stimulates bone growth. Potassium bicarbonate. Isn't that interesting? Sodium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate. There's a whole lot of it there. And then we talk about the herbal complex. That's a part of Bonexit as well. And the herbal complex, it's got sage leaf powder, turmeric. Anybody who's into the health business knows that there's turmeric everywhere. Everybody's talking about turmeric. It's like magical stuff. We got it there. Thyme leaf powder, rosemary herb and leaf powder, the holy basil leaf powder. Holy moly, I didn't know there was a holy basil leaf powder. But apparently the doctor and the team, when they're compounding, they know precisely the amount of this to add to the product. All right? Now, once again, these herbs help on the inflammation side. And as we know, inflammation contributes to lower bone density, and it's going to increase fracture risk. And it's at the heart of osteoporosis. So when the doctor's talking about all this deterioration, and he says we've got a product that can take care of that can reverse that. All we have to do is make sure that when we're talking to people, we ask them what hurts. We ask them how they're doing. We ask them what they take. How's your diet? How's this? And don't jump on them like we're the marketing people from hell. Let's just have conversations about how their life is doing. All we have to do is engage people in conversation at some point in time. I've got a friend on the phone. We used to talk about the form approach: family, occupation, recreation, and money. If we're going out there and we know that what we have in our bag of tricks, at least for today's review, we've got two products that'll help the brain and one that'll help our bones. We talk to those people about their family. They might have somebody in the family and they would admit that they've got one of these problems. If you talk about occupation, they're going to talk about stress or the lack of money or the fact that they hate their boss or they can't stand traffic jams in Houston or wherever the heck else they live. And we talk about Lucidol. the mood change. If they talk about recreation, a lot of people have got sports industries. They've got sports injuries, and they just can't play like they used to when they were kids. They got a bad back. They can't even play golf anymore. When you're talking to people about life, that's the opportunity for us to be the referral marketers that we all can be. And it's simple. It really is. I'm more fired up about this than, money, by the way. And if you're talking to people about family, occupation, recreation, and money, you know, if you ask Donald Trump, of course, he's president now, but if you asked him a while ago if he was interested in making more money, or else I guess the question was, Donald, are you making all the money you want to make? He would probably say, heck no, what you got? So even the wealthiest people are out there trying to figure out how do they get more. And it isn't necessarily the love of money. I don't criticize that. I admire it. Anybody who can stay focused that long to create a dynasty, that's pretty serious, because yes, indeed, they do help a lot of people. And ultimately, that is the reason why we are in this business. The money will come if we get other people what they want. And what most people want is relief from pain. They want their health. They want to be healthy. They want to sleep at night. They don't want to fall and break their hip every year. I mean, my goodness. And we're in this unique position. We, from a business perspective, we talk about the window of opportunity. Well, let's not worry about the window of opportunity, because nobody is going to do what we're going to do. There's going to be lots of products out there, lots of research, and people are coming. For the last year and a half, we've been blazing a trail. And during that period of time, there's been an incredible learning curve. While we're learning how challenging this industry can be, we're also developing relationships with the likes of Dr. McCleary and his team. So, good things come to those who wait. All right. So patience certainly is a virtue. And there are a whole lot of people who already quit. Maybe we can get them back. It's unlikely. They've made up their mind. They're going to do something else. But, if 1 out of 10 people understand what we've got in our hands right now, it's just going to be fantastic. One last thing. I know it's Saturday. I've got a busy day, and I've got to get about it. I want to talk to you today about the retail side of our business. Early on, one of our first superstars. Yes, sir.
Hey, Bob, it's Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, at the risk of messing up the call with the dog barking in the background, I've been listening in, and I'd like to just make one more point about what you've been saying about these products.
All right, go for it.
I think that it's great that you're a scholar and taking all these notes and so forth. But I think one of the things that I've really come away with from these conversations with the doctor is that these products are not only scientifically formulated, but in each case, they've been tested through trials with people, and it's the results that he talks about, and the things that people have absolutely noticed about, differences in themselves and in the different areas that these products have an effect on. But it's huge, I think, to me anyway, that they can come and say that 39 out of 40 tested noticed the same thing. It's huge that these people have that in their clinical trials with people, which have been run with and I know the organization that does these tests, and they're highly rated and effective in what they do. But the results of the products that he that he has have been, tested and market tested, and they're big sellers. I mean, what's about to happen with these products is just amazing, and we've got the only avenue uh, uh, by which they can be sold through as far as multi-level or network marketing goes. And once again, I just wanted to chime in and say, for those of us who are not as technically oriented as others may be, I mean, the fact that there's a lot of scientific evidence out there and a lot of practical evidence that they're very effective, that they do work, that people know they work to a high degree, and the specific things that they've noticed about what the products change in themselves. I mean, it's hit me right between the eyes in a couple of things, because I'm always going, remember that actor, what's his name? I can't. I mean, recalling specific things when I have to is tough to do, and he's talked about those specific situations, which I think most of us have, or a lot of us have known in ourselves anyway. And I just wanted to add that the fact that they work, the fact that they've been trialed, tested clinically with a lot of people out there, and the specific things that people note about it immediately are really, really important things for us to keep in mind. Those of us who, are just going to refer it. What I'm looking forward to is, hey, this stuff works, and it's tested to work, and instead of, like you said, it's going to be difficult understanding what all these different ingredients do. But I just wanted to add my 2 cents worth in that, and my excitement for what's going on with these products. I think that Dr. McCleary is about to make a big difference in the medical health aspect of our society. I'm sorry to butt in, Bob.
Hey,
I'll turn myself off now.
No, hold on. Seeing you're already there, let's let you chime in. You and I talked about it. What do you say you close this with some inspiration on the retail side? Maybe we should recognize Judy Corrigan and all the activity that's happening with Janet San Angelo. Can you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, Judy is single-handedly given me an awful lot of insight as to what our business is all about. The one problematical thing I think with the CBD world is that for those of us who, like myself, I mean, I have the use of a knee I was about to have replaced, and the pain of it was excruciating, and now I notice, I mean, there's no difference between either one of my knees there, and they're both absolutely functional and without any pain whatsoever. And this is a knee I was getting ready to change out because I just couldn't handle the pain. For people like us, we'll there's never, I'll never be without this product. I mean, that's part of my passion about it. But for a lot of people out there, they don't fully understand the benefit of it, and they don't know the legalities of it. They don't. There's a lot that they're just unsure of, and so shopping online and doing things online at a just try it deal is something that we do good to a certain extent with. But what Judy has shown to us is that it's a far more effective way to sell this product when people come in who are curious about it, and somebody like Judy can explain it to them, and they can see the product, and they can, it's just better in a face-to-face and a retail situation. she's doing, just amazing amounts of business. And then to follow up with the company store in San Angelo, we're already noticing that, it's the same story there. I mean, people are curious about it. They want to know about it, but buying it online and trying it, some people aren't up for it. Those of us who have a real need for it, are more likely to try it online and so forth. But the numbers aren't lying. Judy's a major contributor to the income of this company and the health of this company, and we just can't. We have to learn from that, and so what you're going to see in the very near future is a little bit different emphasis put on for those of us who will go and look for people who might be interested in making this kind of income in a retail setting, and I think it works well. It works beautifully when you consider that we're about to add these all important products to our product line, in a brick and mortar store setting. But I'll add something about these new products. And these new products, because literally anybody, I think, that is taking these products will notice the differences, and I think that's the big difference in these products in CBD. These products, people will immediately notice that they focus better, that they, that they're. I mean, when some of the statistics and bone health that they've measured from people, that it's working for literally everybody. That's just something that's that's just a fact that has got to be shared with everybody, because it's such a huge thing for us. The addition of these products to the network is really going to change the face of the networking aspect of our business as well, because it is a proprietary product for us. You're not going to find it in any other network marketing company out there. It's something that only we have, and as effective as it's going to be, you're going to see it grow this network by, like crazy. And then as people come on, there's a lot of people come on who also know people in the store settings, people who are interested in a new business where they can go out and start up a retail operation with a store. There are going to be so many more people out there looking for those people, and then that's still going to mesh in with the network marketing part of our businesses, because even though that person's gone out and sold that store, the residual product purchases and so forth are going to throw that line and through the marketing organization. So I'm just, and I think I can speak for the entire team. At Nexel, that we're just absolutely head over heels excited about everything that's happening, and I'm sure you will as well. I'm looking very much forward to so many more people realizing incomes from helping more people, and we're going to do it in several different ways. So pretty exciting, guys. Bob, that's just a little bit of the excitement that I really have for this.
Well, that's a lot of excitement. I'm enthusiastic about the possibilities, and a lot of us, not by a sketchy conversation today, but a lot of us aren't really aware of how big this thing is going to be, and we're going to be uniquely poised to do it. So once again, I want to thank all the people who get on the calls with us. We do it for a reason. We all stay engaged in the business, and you get to hear some great information, not for me. I'm not the author. I'm just the parrot. But gosh, things are happening. Today's Saturday. We've spent 36 minutes together, and I would say that we've been blessed once again. I want everybody to enjoy their weekend and look forward to the invitation for our Tuesday night call. You never know what we're going to come up with, but it's getting more and more exciting. Steve, thank you for the visit. I kind of thought you were there. I was glad to hear your voice, and everybody go out and have some fun. Make sure you go out there and talk to people. They'll tell you what's wrong or what they're interested in, and we've got some solutions. So have a good day, gang. We'll talk to you. Talk to you soon. Bye.